Now it's your turn. One of the best ways to inspire and drive your team and projects to the cloud is to show your stakeholders examples from your industry, examples where someone has already succeeded with building a solution. For this activity, navigate to cloud.google.com/customers and scroll down. For products and solutions, filter on big data analytics and also on machine learning. Select a customer use case that interests you. Then answer these 3 questions. Number 1, what were the barriers or challenges the customer faced? The challenges are important. You want to understand what they were. Second, how were these challenges solved with a cloud solution? What products did they use? And 3, what was the business impact? Take a moment to complete the activity and then return to the video. For our example, we chose Gojek because they use a data engineering solution that maps nicely to the topics that we're going to cover as part of this course. Gojek is an Indonesia-based company that gives shared motorcycle rides, brings goods, and provides a wide variety of other services for over 2 million families across 50 cities in Indonesia. Their app has over 77 million downloads, and they're connected with over 150,000 merchants who sell through their delivery platform. And if you're interested in GIS data, they have over 1 million drivers delivering goods and giving rides across 50 cities. And Gojek gets sensor data from all of these drivers. So Gojek manages more than 5 terabytes per day of data for analysis. The Chief Technology Officer, the CTO, Ajay Gore, gives this meaningful statistic. For example, we ping every one of our drivers every 10 seconds, which means 6 million pings per minute and 8 billion pings per day. That's Gore who's saying this. If you look at the scale and number of our customer interactions as well, we generate about 4 terabytes to 5 terabytes of data every day. We need to leverage this data to tell our drivers where demand from customers is strongest and how to get there. With the success of their on-demand motorcycle ride service, Gojek faced the challenges when looking to scale their existing big data platform. What challenges? Their management team stated, most of the reports are produced 1 day later, so we couldn't identify the problems that were happening as soon as possible. Gojek chose Google Cloud Platform and migrated the data pipelines to GCP so that they could get high performance with minimal day-to-day maintenance. Their data engineering team uses Cloud Dataflow for stream data processing and Google BigQuery for real-time business insights. Their end-to-end architecture looks like this. First, they ingest data from their mobile app, online, and IoT devices on vehicles, like the GPS tracking for deliveries. They ingest this data into Cloud PubSub. Then, the data is brought into Cloud Dataflow for processing, and a variety of other data sources are used to enrich this event data. Finally, after Dataflow has done the processing, Dataflow streams the data into BigQuery, and BigQuery in this case is used as a data warehouse to store the data. What's the business impact? So here's an example of one of the problems that the Gojek team solved. The question was, how could they quickly know which locations had too many drivers or too few drivers? too few drivers to meet the demand for that area. To solve this problem, what does the team need to do? Number one, they needed to check the demand of bookings by customer against the supply of drivers and do this thing in real time. Then the team needed to identify who these drivers are and notify them to reroute to higher demand areas. How they achieved this was by building a streaming event data pipeline using Cloud Dataflow. Driver locations would ping out to PubSub every 30 seconds, and these locations would go into Dataflow for processing. The Dataflow pipeline aggregates the supply pings from the drivers against the request for bookings and then connects to Gojek's notification system to alert drivers. From a technology standpoint, the system needs to handle an arbitrarily high throughput of messages and scale up and down to process. Cloud Dataflow automatically manages a number of workers processing the pipeline to meet demand. The Gojek team is then able to visualize and highlight supply-demand mismatch areas for management reporting, as you see in this example here. The green dots, the small green dots, represent riders and new booking requests. And the red dots, the small red dots, those are the drivers. So you have the riders in the green dots and the drivers in the small red dots. And then you see the areas that the system has identified as the highest mismatches of supply and demand. Those areas are highlighted in red, like the train station, which has many booking requests, but not enough drivers. The team can now actively monitor and ensure that they're sending drivers to the areas in highest demand, which means faster booking times for riders and more fares for the drivers.